Hey, what's going on YouTube? We're back with another video, reaction video. Rev says Desu they want to take out Asmongold. Before we get into it, please comment, like, or subscribe. Do one or all three, at least just one. It doesn't take more than just like that. Um, you'll help with views and everything. And the link to the original video will be down below. Let's see what this is about. I've no doubt it's going to be something about the Charlie Kirk thing and recent events. I don't want to get too political and whatnot on this channel, but I want to see what's up.
Guys up here. So we all know it's been a very turbulent week on social media. In a
Yeah,
time where people were hoping for peace, well, we've seen a lot of divisiveness and more calls to violence. In
yep.
wake of the Charlie Kirk assassination, it appears that Redditors are now calling for more acts of violence, including those targeting Asmongold.
hmm
Now, before we get into that, I want to report on something I talked about 2 weeks ago, where myself and many other YouTubers claimed that our view count around the second week of August dropped by nearly 50%, but in my case, I saw an increase in ad revenue, which makes absolutely no sense. And now, YouTube has come out with an official statement on the matter saying that those views that were not counted were because users were using an ad blocker, which again, based on my own experience, makes no sense whatsoever.
And it shouldn't actually make a difference in my view count because I'm not even monetized yet, so there's no need for an ad blocker. So, yeah,
And in wake of this, I'll just tell you, I do not judge you for using an ad blocker.
not at
If you
all.
want to support the channel, watch my videos, like, comment, or subscribe. And if you're feeling real frisky, give a super thanks. I will heart your
Yep.
comment. That is a very rare currency, but that.
Yeah, same for me. Like, if you want to support me, there's in my link tree, there's links to crowdfunding that'll for my degrees. Either a GoFundMe or Back a Buddy. You can help with either or both. You can buy from my Starforge and Poggers. That'll help me out a lot as well if you want to support and whatever. And also just share, like if you think I've got something worthwhile to say, and if you think what I've said is worthwhile, then just share. It'll go a long way.
That is really what's going on. I just want to give a quick update on that because I find all of this very confusing. But let's move on to Reddit. And if you've been paying attention to my channel or the platform itself, Reddit has become a
hmm
cesspool that is fostering so many calls to political violence, and it's very disturbing to see.
Yeah, it always
And we've
was
seen
really.
people targeting Asmongold for very, very long. Here's just a recent example on one of the biggest gaming related subreddits saying, okay, obviously his dad getting cancer is bad, but also finally he is gone from the internet for a while. 12,000.
I mean, sure, I think you can have opinions like that, but don't be surprised when people get mad at you for it and call you a piece of shit because you are. Um, like, sure, like Asmongold's dad means nothing to me. If he died, I wouldn't shed a tear, but I'm not going to go and encourage it. I'm not going to say it's a good thing, and I'm not going to say it's a good thing Asmongold's gone. It's That's just not me, you know. So, and even if I held those viewpoints, which I wouldn't, um, it's not really for me to post them. They're not really good idea. It's not really a good idea to post things like that.
Updates referring to Asmongold taking a brief hiatus from the internet because he's treating his dad who has cancer.
Mm.
This is the type of stuff that is being fostered over on Reddit. This is not some small offset anonymous messaging board. This is Reddit, and it's disturbing. But anyways, in wake of the Charlie Kirk assassination, a lot of people are looking at many platforms, including Reddit, for fostering this sort of advocation and tolerance for people wanting political violence. And we've seen in reaction to what happened. Many people on Reddit not only celebrating, but moderators saying, we might have had a slight warning from the admins, no calling or glorifying violence. That said, posting crabs is not violent, in reference
I
to
don't know what
people
that means.
celebrating his assassination. And now we have this. The very expected next step
What's the deal with posting crabs? I don't know.
of what's been fostered over on that platform. People saying, do him next, with a winky face and a picture of Asmongold.
Yeah.
Now understand, this has a update status of nearly 1,000 likes in the first 30 minutes. I assume this post is down, but this is a screenshot. It's really that simple, ladies and gentlemen. They want anyone who even remotely thinks differently than them to be attacked.
Yeah, they want you dead.
It's really disturbing stuff. And on
But I should clarify that I believe it's a small. Sorry, you got World of Warcraft in the background. I believe it's a small minority of people saying this sort of crap. Unfortunately, they're also the loudest, which is why the silent majority needs to become a lot less silent. And that's also why people are effectively losing their jobs and stuff over it. I'll be right back. Yeah, so people are losing their jobs over posts like this, and they'll say, "Oh, well, it's an attack on free speech. What about free speech?" Um, the thing about that is you have the freedom of speech to say whatever you want. Government's not going to come after you, but don't expect the citizenry and the people with whom you interact with daily to give it a pass.
Twitter, you have this post quoting someone sharing the post we just saw saying, Reddit bans you if you say men are not women, but allows you to call for assassinating any moderately right-wing person. And I will say this about Asmongold. I believe he is like the ultimate centrist. So the fact that Reddit feels so strongly about him and thinks he's like some far-right personality is really telling on them. But in a very interesting turn of events and something we've talked about the last couple of days, Elon Musk would respond to that post saying, this is messed up, with 212,000 likes.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're nervous, there are normal people out there who see this stuff and say, this is disturbing. And as you can see from this reply, it says,
as they should.
If you don't believe demons exist, take a look through Reddit for 5 minutes. You'll see countless posts celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder and calling to murder anyone who isn't woke ideologue. Pure, unadulterated evil. And that is the case with Reddit.
Yep.
Here's some other posts I want to share. So this one says, sorry, another political post. Hey guys, another political post in wake of quote unquote some events in the US this week.
Some events, I can't bring myself to actually say it.
I'm totally over it. And if I see any MAGA sympathizing in the reports, I'm just banning you at this point. This is just me as a mod. I'm not speaking for others. I don't want you here. Most rational people don't want you here.
Rational.
I'm tired of you invading our spaces to bitch and moan. Thanks. Also, if you report this post, you're also getting banned if I can figure out who you are. This is a moderator on their platform.
Yep.
Saying if you have different political beliefs than me, I will ban you no matter what. And I'll ban you if you try to report this post. Here's another one saying the right killed Charlie so they can usher in Christian nationalism and eventually start a genocide for Christ to rid the world of evil. They claim to be the good ones. This rhetoric is all over. They're openly saying it. But
I
this
haven't
person makes a
seen anything
great
like
point.
that. And do you know what? The US has always been a Christian nation. So this whole accusation is stupid.
In the response, saying, conservatives, okay, we're going to hold you accountable to your own standard. Leftists, oh no, they're going to usher in fascism. Interesting. Interesting how holding someone to their own standards on Reddit is ushering in a new age of fascism.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
people don't know what
Here's one more
fascism
saying the
actually
fact that
is
people are getting
anyway. So
fired for not praising Charlie Kirk after his death is really scary.
look, you don't have to like Charlie Kirk. You don't have to mourn his death, especially if you didn't like or agree with him. But you don't have to slag him off either. You don't have to celebrate or mock the fact that he was shot either, right? I don't give a shit. You don't. If you didn't like him, that's fine. You don't have to mourn him, especially like you didn't like him, you didn't agree with him, he meant nothing to you, you weren't personally acquainted with him. Fine. You don't have to mourn him. You don't have to. You don't have to say. You don't have to be sad that he died. You don't. You don't even have to care much. But in just basic decency, you don't have to celebrate his death either. And if you do, if you are happy he's dead, at least have the common courtesy and the decency to not actually post your celebrations online. Like that's an opinion for you to have in private.
Interesting. No one's being fired because they're not praising Charlie Kirk. They're being fired because they're celebrating his death and advocating for further acts of political violence.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And these people are trying to add these smoke screens and these misdirections, acting like people are simply being fired for not praising him after his murder. And I guess some people are becoming self-aware, as reported here. This caption, sane Redditors viewing the popular post today saying, are we the baddies? Yeah, this has
Yeah,
been the
you
case for
are.
a long time. Reddit is one of the most insane platforms on this earth. The amount of radicalization and calls to violence on Reddit will blow your mind. It used to be kind of like a goofy platform, or like, you would think like some nerd would be from it. No, it's now hosting a bunch of radicalized nut jobs because that's what the moderation team and the leaders at Reddit are tolerating and promoting.
Mhm.
Now, to give you some
Yep.
hope and also a counter perspective on all of this, let's turn to Chris Pratt, the actor. This is someone who I genuinely believe is a hope for all of us in a world, in Hollywood, in the entertainment industry that is filled with so much corruption and just downright degeneracy. This man is standing tall and he's being persecuted because of it. He
As he
made
would. Yeah.
this response to the Charlie Kirk assassination, saying, praying for Charlie Kirk right now, for his wife and young children, for our country. We need God's grace. God, help us. And he was canceled for this.
Well, honestly, I feel like if God was going to do anything, he'd have stopped it from happening in the first place. But, that's just my opinion. I'm not a particularly religious person, so, take that for what you will.
He was canceled and mocked for this post. In fact, the top reply is this: praying for you to get effing fired from Marvel. 63,000.
Based on recent Marvel flops, that's probably not such a bad. That's not probably not such a bad thing to wish for him anyway.
Likes. And you know what this man did? He responded with this, giving prayers. And I don't care if you're religious or not. Let's just listen to what Chris Pratt has to say and just take it in and try to absorb the message he is trying to say.
Hey guys, just stop real quick and pray with me. Lord, you say, be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. In this moment, please, Lord, calm my restless mind, quiet my anxious heart. Help me set aside distractions and choose what gives life and gives peace. Isaiah 26:3, you keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on you. Lord, fill me with strength to turn my attention toward you, that I find rest and joy in your presence. Amen. Okay, now you can continue strolling, or you can turn your phone off and go outside. Might I suggest the latter? Go get some sunshine, go look at a tree, touch some grass, call a friend.
Can't touch
You've got
grass.
time
I
to be on
eat
your
it
phone
at
right now.
all.
You've got time to do your to-do list, and you've got time to reach out to somebody in need and share this prayer with them. Amen.
Again, if you're religious or not, I think what he's saying is something we can all absorb and take some value from. And overall, this has been a very tough week. I won't lie to you. And speaking for myself, I've talked about something tangible to the Charlie Kirk assassination for basically the last 6 or 7 videos. And
You mean tantamount, Rev? Talked about something tantamount.
at first, I lost a couple hundred subscribers when I first reacted. I know it was an emotional video, it was very short, the day it happened, and that's okay. I'm not shaming someone for moving on, it's okay. If you're surprised by my reaction to what happened, I don't think I was the best fit for you, but over the past couple of days, the amount of support I've received it's flabbergasting, and it's meant a lot to me. Okay, I read comments, right? I typically, I guess, have the sin of looking at the top comments, right? I look at the video and I see what's the kind of pulse on this video, and I look at the top comments. But recently, YouTube has changed the community tab on your homepage, where if I look to comments, instead of initially listing the most recent ones, it just randomizes it, right? And it
Which is
gives you kind of
annoying.
like a sense of the 0 liked comments instead of the most liked ones or the most recent ones, which is different. And I've been paying so much attention to that, and it's been so helpful to me. So many people who just discovered my channel and are confused by my avatar, sorry,
I
but
was.
you know what? They appreciate what I'm doing, and I appreciate the kind words. That's all I can say. It's been an unbelievable amount of support, and you've helped me rebound from a very tough time. And I appreciate you guys. And I'm not going to get too much on my soapbox here, but it has been very important to me to see all your words. I've been reading comments more than ever, and it's been great. That's all I can say. And like I said, I'll get off the soapbox for now, but I appreciate you guys, and that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts on
Okay.
today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, so that was that. Yeah. Bottom line, you don't have to like Charlie Kirk. You don't have to have liked Charlie Kirk. You don't have to agree with him. In fact, I think he would have liked it if you disagreed with him because he was all about the debate in any case. So, and by extension, you don't have to mourn. You don't even have to be sad. You don't even have to care that he got shot and killed. What I expect you not to do, however, is I expect you not to celebrate it. And that's about it. That's all that people are getting fired for. That's all that people's problems are. They want to take out Asmongold because, well, he also put, from what I see, he's basically Charlie Kirk light. And where I've seen him actually debate people in his chat, he doesn't let it go very far if it's actually just a waste of time because the person's being a contrarian for the sake of it. But yeah, it's still stupid. It's still out of order. It's still wrong. They won't ever admit to it, but they don't really have to. What needs to happen is the silent majority needs to get a hell of a lot louder. But like Rev said, that's going to do it for this video. Link to the original video will be down below. Be sure to check out my Poggers and Starforge links, and maybe check out the crowdfunding links as well. You don't have to donate if you don't want to, even though it would be greatly appreciated, but even just shares, like getting the word out, will be very, very helpful. So that's that for now. Check out my shorts as well. Take care, everybody, and goodbye.